This is the EVP Podcast.
Alrighty, everybody, we're back with another episode of the EVP Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Beaker.
Ghosty in the house.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening to our last week's episode where we talked some more about our investigations that we did recently, and then we shared some random ass stories we found on Reddit.
Yeah, hope you guys like that.
Yeah. I liked it. Some of the stories were actually really interesting.
They were pretty cool, actually.
Listen.
We'll actually do another episode where we're going to talk about some of the evidence we found, because there was some more stuff that we didn't mention.
Oh, yes.
So, and we have some more evidence that people have, from the investigation that are going to share with us, plus our own. So we'll include that in another episode in the future.
You're going to have to do some work?
We'll leave it up to them.
I have some of the audio recording of the Echo Vox where we got the names.
Oh, nice.
But I know last week we teased a little bit. Ghosty went on an exclusive investigation. And we are not going to talk about it this week.
No, not yet.
Ha ha ha.
It'll be next week.
Gotcha, bitches.
Because we're going to go one more time.
Yes.
One more time.
We're going to try to go one more time. This is an EVP exclusive.
Yeah.
Because pretty much after we go, this place is being torn down. So we're going to go in and investigate it, and no one else will. Sucks to be you guys.
Yeah, be jelly. Be jelly.
Super jelly, because we're teenage girls.
Right here, I brought my vape for that.
Last week, though, you mentioned, I was just listening to last week's episode on the way here. Why? Because I'm weird. But we were talking about, you mentioned the reverse shadow person, right?
Oh, yes.
And then in that episode, you said, I think we just created a new cryptid.
Yes.
So I'm like, you know what? That kind of goes hand in hand with what we're talking about this week. Creating new cryptids.
AI, bitches.
AI cryptids. Bitches. So this was actually a recommendation from the Queen of Cryptids. Nicole, that was here a couple weeks ago, that did the Bigfoot Bonanza with us. She recommended this topic. So we're going to tackle it.
Tackle this topic.
Yes. And apparently there's a couple AI cryptids, but one more popular than the rest, I guess. If you haven't heard of this, don't be feeling bad about yourself. You're not living under a rock. This shit just barely came out in like September of last year, so just over 6 months, 7 months, 9 months.
It's new to the scene.
It's a baby.
Of cryptids.
It's very new to the scene of cryptids. So this one is called, depending on what podcast you're listening to, Loab or Loab. We're going to go with Loab.
Loab.
Because it sounds better.
Loab.
Loab. Loab. Loab.
Yeah.
Loab. It doesn't matter. We'll probably call it both through the whole show because that's how we roll.
Well, how would you say loaf? You'd say loaf, right? It's
yeah.
Loab.
Loab. It's
Yeah.
Loab.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'd say loaf. Loaf.
Yeah, Loaf.
Got a loaf of bread?
Yeah.
No, you don't say that shit.
No, so it's Loab.
Yeah, that's how
People.
I think it sounds.
There was one podcast I listened to that kept calling it Loab. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. So yeah, Loab.
So explain to us, how did this come about?
So there was a Twitter user named Cyberpunk. What's her name? Holy hell. It's not Cyberpunk. I had it and then I lost it.
I kept hearing it today and I can't even remember what it was.
Holy hell. I have like 5. We're so good at this game. Super Composite.
Super Composite. I was going to say cosmetology.
Yeah. She's from Sweden. I remember that part.
Oh,
and
that's good.
that she's a girl. So
I didn't even know that part.
I got 2/3.
Sweet. Good for you.
2/3 of it. Super Composite on Twitter. So she uploaded a whole bunch of shit to her Twitter on September 6th, 2022, talking about this AI cryptid that she found back in April of 2022. So it took her 6 months or so to upload this to the world. But her first tweet, what do you call it? I'm so not into the tweet.
A tweet.
She says, I discovered this woman who I call Loab in April. The AI reproduced her more easily than most celebrities. Her presence is persistent and she haunts every image she touches. CW, take a seat. This is a true horror story and veers sharply macabre.
So she looks like an older woman with rosy triangular
like
cheeks.
rosacea.
Yeah,
and like in her cheeks, and like
then
an upside down triangle.
Darker eyes, brown hair parted, and shoulder length.
Yeah, I guess so. What she was doing,
But kind of disformed in the face.
yeah. I guess what she was doing, according to Supercomposite, she was playing around with an AI generator, and for some reason, she wanted to create the reverse image, I guess, of Marlon Brando. You know,
Something like that, yeah.
so she actually typed in. I guess that there's the exact prompt that she said she typed into this AI generator, and she refuses to reveal which AI generator she was using because she says she's afraid other people are gonna try to create AI monsters. Which she's right, because I found a different one and I tried to create my own. It's actually kind of fun. But she said she was trying to do the reverse of Brando, and I guess the command for that is Brando : -1. And that's supposed to give you a negative result from whatever you're putting in. And if you don't know how AI generators work, like the image generators, it basically searches the internet for pictures based on kind of the prompts that you put in, and kind of works with that. So this is some people have said this is actually like kind of like a copyright loophole to use other,
it's changing up things a little bit.
yeah, changing up things a little bit. It's basically using like art that's already online and just changing it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And mixing things together with it. And
So it's basically stealing artist's art without giving the artist credit.
and changing it
And changing it, yes. So
to your liking.
essentially that's what some of these AI art generators do. So she put in Brando -1, or the : -1, and it came up with this picture that I'll show Ghosty. Have you seen this yet?
Yes, I've been seeing all these
I'll
things.
kind of, if you're on YouTube, you can kind of see it maybe with the ring light. But there on YouTube, you can see that. I'll also have this in the our social media stuff. Yeah, it'll be there. So basically, it came up with this picture of this like skyline, right?
Mm-hmm.
With this logo that says DIGITAPNTICS. Doesn't really mean anything. It's just random ass letters. AI doesn't really understand our words sometimes, so it just kind of puts what it thinks are words.
Yeah.
So apparently that's, according to this AI generator, that's the opposite of Brando.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't understand, but she's like, you know what? I want to see what the opposite of this random ass logo is. So she put in the prompt, Digita PNTICS skyline logo : -1. And this is where we start getting the pictures of Loab.
Yeah, this is where that, because there wasn't a name yet. There was just these pictures and that just kept coming up.
Yeah. So I think it was like the second or third picture. It actually said Loab in the top left-hand corner. It said Loab.
Yeah, there was like a sign that said that in the sign.
Yeah.
And so they just kind of
So
gave it that name.
Yeah, so she's like, okay, well, that's its name. So she started kind of playing around with it a little bit. She said just like it was easier to recreate than a lot of like celebrity photos or in the AI generator. There was one, like she said she had a friend that made an image of a hyper-compressed glass tunnel surrounded by angels in the style of Wes Anderson. She said she took that and combined it with the original image of Loab, and without a text prompt for reasons they can't fully understand, nightmares ensued, is what she says. And it started just giving like some, this is like, I'll show Ghosty here, but one of the pictures it came up with, for those of you on YouTube, and I'll probably just, that's not very good, but I'll probably post a bunch of these on the social medias so you can see what we're talking about. But they started getting like grotesque and really like nightmare fuelish.
Yeah, like gory body parts and heads and like dismembered stuff.
Yeah, and it kept just coming up for her, right? And it just gets worse and worse as you go through like all these pictures, because I'm on her Twitter feed right now, and it's just looking at some of these pictures. They're creepy as fuck.
Right. So I mean, just the more and more it comes up. So that, you know what would be crazy as the world starts changing into more of a digital, the metaverse and stuff like that, where everybody's using just the meta. What are those things called? The Oculuses.
Yeah, the VR.
Yeah, VR. So they're just running around virtual reality. Imagine just like running around this like it's supposed to be normal, and you see this creepy ass Loab poking her head around corners and shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, that would. I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up in one of the video games I play.
Not even video games. Like imagine like the metaverse where it's supposed to be normal. There's no ghosts or stuff. It's supposed to be there.
That's true.
And then all of a sudden you start seeing this Loab running around, hiding, doing creepy shit.
That would be creepy. Especially if it was this iteration of it. Loab the agent.
Uh-huh.
Which you can't see because, this is podcasting at its finest. We're looking at pictures and then telling you.
Not telling you or not showing you
Not
shit.
showing you. I'll post a link to her Twitter feed so people can go through all these pictures. I'll post a couple of them. But when she first came out with this, she has this huge thread with like all the pictures describing everything that she was going through, like showing like how often this came up. And the internet ran with it. Calling it the AI, the world's first like AI generated cryptid. People are saying like there's a demon in the internet that is trying to get to people. And then other people have gone on, like I did it myself last night, found AI generators and tried to create their own cryptids.
We just did one just now too.
We did. I'll post a picture of that too. We have a ginger squatches.
Oh, that's
Squatch-ish.
Oh, actually, we should try. Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Okay, but like I said, Supercomposite doesn't want to release what AI generator she was using for fear that people would try to recreate it. Thing is, like if you go on any of those AI generators and type in Loab, you're not going to get this cryptid. It's you basically you're not going to be able to recreate this. Only she knows exactly what she did. Oh, that's cool.
That's a cute version of you.
Yeah. You're not going to be able to recreate this. And like I said, people they've ran with this and they think it's really creepy and they've created some backstory to this. There's another Twitter user that created a different cryptid that they calls, I believe it was Krungus.
Krungus. Yes. So I have not heard of Krungus yet.
Krungus, I don't have a whole lot on Krungus. The guy he typed in a random ass word and came up with this nightmarish hairy goat man. I guess he used an app called Crayon, Craiyon, and he typed in Krungus and it came up with this creepy ass monster. So
did this thing keep coming up or something too? Or is this just a one-time thing?
No, I think this one. He actually mentioned the app that he used, or the AI generator he used, and you can recreate this one.
Mm-hmm. Look at that one.
Oh, that's cool.
That is magical.
Yeah.
So I just made a ginger squatch AI. I'm gonna put that up for YouTube watchers. Oh, you can even see that up there?
Kinda.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a glare.
Yeah, a little glare. But anyways, that's pretty powerful. It's a powerful ginger squatch.
It is. So, so this apparently is haunting the internet with these AI cryptids.
Yeah, so Krungus is everywhere. Loab is everywhere.
But only one person was able to create Loab, where anyone can go and make the Krungus using that particular app.
Oh, so this lady that made Loab, I thought she said it was not just in her stuff, but the other people's stuff too, or is it just hers?
I think it's just hers because I haven't seen anything like I watched this video on YouTube yesterday. This guy was debunking Loab and actually had on his screen showing you exactly the prompts he was putting in and how he was trying to recreate it, and he couldn't. He also was took the image that she used saying that she got Loab and was using what he thought was the same prompts. Like she hasn't given like all of the coding that she used to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So it was not possible for him to recreate it.
Okay, so not everyone's creating this, just her.
From what I understand, just her.
And then she's not giving out how she's...
Right.
So then...
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's just making this all up for attention.
Because
she's a Swedish artist and now, or like a musician, and now an AI artist.
Yeah.
If that's a thing.
Yeah, is that a thing? Because you're not really...
You're not creating the art. You're like typing in stuff, and
Yeah.
the computer's doing it for you.
It would... Yeah.
But I don't think that there's some cryptid haunting her phone or the internet. A lot of the comments or reviews that I read about this are saying that she's just doing it for clout. That she's making this all up as a creepypasta-like thing. This is almost exactly how Slender Man was created. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is like the next Slender Man type craze.
Oh, while we're on the topic of AI stuff, though, because have you seen these other creepy AI things where they're using... It's like they're having conversations with people that have passed away from years ago, and having these text conversations with them or somehow with this AI.
So this is kind of not the first I've heard about it, but sort of the first I've heard about it. And I didn't know that people were having conversations with lost loved ones.
Yeah, on like an AI back and forth thing.
Like a chat GPT or something like that. So I had one of our listeners actually recommend or suggested that I try something like that on an investigation. And I'm like, I don't think that's how AI works. I don't know that I can have conversations with spirits using an AI generator.
No, because it'd be AI doing it, not a spirit. No, I don't think that would work.
So what's this that people actually think they're talking to their loved ones through these?
No, I think it's using like the way that they talk in text, and it just kind of generates the way they talk and responds to the way you're chatting to them. And so like this person lost their husband, and they were talking back, and she was talking to the AI thing and saying things back and forth like, you know, I miss you, I love you, and shit like that. But it was, I don't know, it was kind of creepy. I don't know if I'd want to do that.
I wouldn't. Well, first, I think you're just talking to a computer.
Yeah, exactly. That's all you're doing. You're not actually talking to ghosts or anything like that. You are talking to an AI-generated response.
I mean, it would be interesting. Like, I've kind of tested
because
it before.
I think the response is supposed to like text back in the way that person texts too, so it seems like it's them, you know. So it just feels like you're talking to them, not that you are. But
I get why people would want to do that. I mean, I've seen that's how scary movies start.
Yeah, right.
This is how you get demons.
This is
also I've seen it in movies and stuff like that where people you don't want to lose that loved one. You want to keep holding on to them. And I mean, the Hereditary is kind of similar, like that movie, right?
Yeah.
Where that she's trying to communicate with her deceased daughter using like a Ouija board or spirit board. It's not uncommon that people want to contact their loved ones. I mean, the whole spiritualist movement of the 1800s, that's what people did. Was trying to contact loved ones. And then you had people like the Fox sisters that were kind of screwing people over and stealing their money.
Mm-hmm. Now we just want to contact strangers.
Yep.
Hell yeah, that's what it's all about now.
Yeah. And now we're not even wanting to contact strangers. We're wanting to talk to a computer.
Yeah, that's the future.
So I get it why people would want to do that, right? But it can lead down a not so healthy path for someone mentally. True. Because you could get addicted to this.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Somebody that's not, over their grieving might, just...
They're going to find comfort in it. Yeah, they'll just keep rolling with it.
But. So, it might be like a comfort thing, and then they won't let it go, and it becomes a mental thing. Yeah. Not good. Not good.
Not good at all. So, yeah, that's...
Have you been seeing this new stuff where they're using like AI to make songs? They're using like old songs and then using dead artists' voices as these songs.
Yeah, actually, there's a TikTok I follow called There I Ruined It,
Yes. Yeah. Did you see the one with Frank Sinatra
yeah.
singing "From the Windows
To the walls. Yeah, that's actually what I was just thinking of when you
my
started
God.
mentioning that.
So yeah, there's things like that. There's some with like Elvis doing some raps. There's this one where it's a 50 Cent song, but it's Notorious B.I.G. and Tupac doing the raps on it.
It's amazing what we can do with technology nowadays.
It's
like
insane.
coming up with Krungus and Loab.
I gotta find that one because that one was a funny one. That there I ruined it.
Apparently, there's a heavy metal band called Guar, or called Odorous Orungus, and the link to fungus. I don't know. There's all sorts of things you can do with AI.
Oh, I heard there was like this AI rapper that ended up starting like to get record deals.
Oh, really?
This was last year, I think, and then they pretty much stopped it because they're like, no. I think our artists were like, no way. But like, here's that Frank Sinatra one. You ready?
Sure.
To the window, to the wall, until the sweat drops down my balls, till all you bitches crawl. Oh, ski, ski, goddamn.
Classic Sinatra. What a character.
Yeah, I mean, he's very talented writing songs like that in the 20s.
Oh man, but yeah, that's how crazy AI's getting.
Right.
It is getting crazy. I think Ice Cube did something where he like put a lawsuit or did something where if anybody uses his voice for shit like that, he can sue them.
I kind of agree with him on that one.
Yeah, because I heard another one that came out where somebody used Drake's voice, and it was like a whole song about, it was a whole gay song about being in love with guys and stuff, but it was Drake's voice and doing all that, and so like as an artist with that coming out with your voice and stuff, yeah, that's kind of shitty.
It is. Well, and it's the same with this AI generated art that we're talking about, Loab. It's a possibility that one of the theories or rumors that I read was it was a mix between like Lisa Loeb and another celebrity with the last name Loeb.
Because I mean, if you look at it, it kind of has a Lisa Loeb look to her, huh?
It does. I was looking at like side by side pictures, and it does kind of have a similar look. I don't Loab. If you haven't heard her music, it's actually kind of entertaining. But I don't feel like this was accidentally created. Because especially like a lot of her thread is huge. She has a lot of pictures of these.
I think she was using the same prompts and getting the same things and just using the different art styles.
She was mashing stuff up, and she was.
I think
she was creating this on purpose.
Yeah,
I don't think she accidentally discovered Loab. I think there was some sort of
certain prompt that brings up the same thing with the same prompt. Yeah.
I think she 100% created this on purpose.
I think so too, and then made this. Oh, look how many images I got of the same person because I used the same prompt. No, right. I think we've caught on.
Well, like I said, a lot of people said it was kind of like a creepypasta type thing. Have we? I don't think we've ever talked about creepypasta on here, other than maybe on the Slender Man episode. If you don't know what creepypasta is, it's basically a website for kind of like short horror stories that just made by random people. It's that's actually where Slender Man came from.
Yeah, and it's been a thing for a long time.
Very long time. Slender Man was like 2009, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. But even creepypasta
has been around for a long time. It's almost like, yeah, I 100% believe that this person had the intention of creating something along these lines. I don't know that she planned on getting exactly what she got, but once she got something creepy, she ran with it.
Yeah, and got a bunch of the same images. Yeah, I call bullshit.
The thing is like, for me, is that she found this in April, right? Mm-hmm. And didn't upload it till September. You had math is hard for me. You had
time.
You had a lot of time. She had a lot of time. We're the bestest. That's why you listen to us.
Time is what she had.
Time. She had too much time on her hands.
Months.
She had time. Months to create all these images. It's not like she just did it all in one day.
Right. And the fact that nobody else is getting these images makes me think, why is this so creepy? if only you are getting these images.
Like it would be something different. Like if I'm just browsing the internet and Loab is right there in an article she shouldn't be in.
Or, you know, I don't know if you've seen these like AI generated commercials. I don't know, but they're pretty funny where it's like, it's like Chuck E. Cheese, but it's an AI generated one, or it's like a barbecue thing and people are eating hamburgers and their faces get all weird as they're eating, but because it's all AI. But if she was popping up in things like that,
Yeah.
then I would be like, oh shit, look, there's a Loab, or any of these weird AI things where you're seeing her generated constantly. Then I would think, oh shit, maybe there's something to this. But the fact that there's only just one girl who gets this on a regular basis and doesn't give anybody the prompt she's using,
Right.
I call bullshit.
I 100%
Bullshit,
agree with you.
bullshit.
So Frank the Tank on YouTube, he has 2 videos on debunking and explaining Loab.
Oh really? I haven't watched any.
You
of
should
those.
you should watch it.
Okay.
I think between the 2 of them, you're looking at about 20 minutes
Okay.
of him. The second one goes into more detail on like how AI generators work.
Is he
and
saying
what
the same
did.
thing we're saying about it?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, I agree then.
He even created his own cryptid
Oh,
that
hell yeah.
looked like, just using a random word, it looked like some insect. And he actually, like, of course, towards the end of it, he mixed Loab with his cryptid, and it had some really interesting results.
We created a cryptid though.
I created a couple cryptids last
Yeah,
night.
we did one just now, and it's not just the ginger squatch, but it's the big reds.
Yeah, the Sasquatch Big Red is the prompt we put in.
Oh, it was a good one, and it's really, you know,
Well,
your heritage.
here's some examples of. I'm not gonna like show these, but some of the examples of like words that I was just throwing in, random ass words. Like this one I put in glubthwomp,
glubthwomp.
and got in some AI generated pictures that, I mean, this looks. I mean, there's a couple different filters on this app that I used for the same word, and you get some very like some pictures that are pretty close to the same. I had one where I typed in the glubthwomp and it's some like castle floating in the sky, but the rest of them are kind of like these monster looking things. So
I'm gonna put
random
in,
ass words. I did Bugramond, and I got this like pencil sketch of a girl. So it's you can go into these. The ones we're using is called Gen Z art, I believe.
Well, apparently you can't use the word butt.
Okay. Type in Ghosty McGhostface.
Oh shit! I put muck butt. Let me see what muck butt gives me. Whoa!
Oh.
That gave me some sexy stuff.
Don't put that on there.
You can. I didn't know it was gonna do that.
Well, it's not like you had to show the camera. Anyways, so I mean, it's not hard to create a AI cryptid from what we found and we're experiencing right here on the show.
Okay, I'll do Ghosty McGhostface
As a superhero.
as a superhero.
Okay, you can show this one probably, but
Oh, that's stupid.
do a different.
That one?
Yeah, do that one.
Oh, I didn't. I gotta
Oh,
write
you
it all
erased
over.
it. Oh my gosh.
No, it did it on its own.
It happened. So, like, it's not. We're using a free app. Like, is it called Gen Z Art? It's not hard. You whatever word you can think of, you throw it in there, and you can create some kind of cryptid.
This Ghosty McGhostface.
Like this one, if you're watching on YouTube. Like,
Looks like a mix of Jack Skellington and
that should be your profile picture on your social media now.
that's pretty nuts.
See, I mean, we just showed you here like how quick and easy it is to
I can
create.
be a cryptid.
Yeah, right. You could. I could. I'm already.
You
a
are
cryptid.
one.
You can join the club. But it's super easy to create a cryptid, and it's kind of like I said, I think she did this all on purpose. This was no accident, in my opinion.
Yeah, she totally did this on purpose. Ooh, look at that one.
That's
weird.
creepy too.
That's another Ghosty McGhostface.
Let's see, if you're not watching on YouTube, you're missing out.
Uh-huh.
Because we probably won't
Interesting.
post all of these. We're not going to post
This is
all of them.
AI happening in real time.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're just kind of, for those of you watching on YouTube, we're showing you how easy it is to pretty much create an AI cryptid.
That's what I'm going to
It's
do
not
for
hard.
all weekend now.
Probably.
Thanks for the new toy.
You're welcome.
Well, should we call that an episode?
We should. If you have pictures of AI cryptids that you've made and you want to share them with us, you can email us at evp.pod@gmail.com, or you can share them with us on the social medias, evp.pod, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yeah, we should start a thread.
We should start a thread. AI cryptids. I know a couple people that probably will actually.
That would be a fun one. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Also, if you're in the market for ghost hunting gear, check out our affiliate link at ghoststop.com. They've got some pretty cool stuff on there that we want to buy.
All right,
That
guys.
you should buy too.
Ghosty, don't play that.
Peace out, butterflies.
This is the EVP Podcast.